One of the keys to a successful practice session is having a solid warm-up routine that you do every time you practice. That's why we've got the Fundamentals of Beginning Band warm-up page, so that every time you play, you can do these simple, basic exercises to help you become a great musician. Doing the simple things well is what's going to help you be able to do more challenging things as we move forward. Every time you play this sheet, make sure you use a metronome. I've got mine pulled up on my phone, and it's set to 80 beats per minute. If you use the one on the band website, set that one to 80 beats per minute. I'm going to play through the whole page with you, except for number 1, of course, because we skip that one. And before each exercise, I'll give you a couple reminders to think about as you're playing. For long tones, brass and woodwinds, make sure you take a good whoa breath before each of those notes. Strive for an even sound that lasts all 4 beats of each of those whole notes and stops on beat 1 of the next measure. Percussion, make sure you're tapping your toe and counting out loud as you play. Here we go. For number 3, articulation, woodwinds and brass, you're striving to have your tongue, if you're a brass player, touch the back of your front teeth right where they meet the top of your mouth. Woodwinds, clarinet and saxophone and oboe, you're touching the tip of the reed. Flute, you're also touching the back of your front teeth. Percussion, you want each of these notes to sound exactly the same, so keep your rebounds consistent. Try to do each measure on only 1 breath. Here we go. For number 4, the scale, challenge yourself to see if you can do this whole exercise, all 3 measures of playing, on 1 breath. We're going to do it 2 times through with the repeat. Here we go. For number 5, slurs, if you are a woodwind player or a brass player with fingers or valves, you are going to say toe on that first note and use your fingers to go to the next one. Toe. Okay, or use your air, trumpet, baritone, French horn, to get up to that next note. Percussion, focus on keeping these ones even. Trombone, remember this is when we use to, do, or do, D-O for the second note. To for the first note, D for the second note. To, do, and move your slide quickly. Here we go. Slurs. brass players, remember, a push of air when you're changing notes helps to prevent from getting silence in between like I had on one of those. We make mistakes too. Duet part 1, number 6. Okay? See if you can do this one on as few breaths as possible. Try to stay really even with the metronome, because this one we're going to do as a duet. Here's part 1. And here's part 2. Remember, rest for 4 counts at the start. This time, you play part 2, I'll play part 1. Remember, let me play for 4 beats before you start. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. And let's switch. You play part 1, I play part 2. And 1, 2, 3. Awesome. Last one, number 8, flexibility. If you are a brass player, remember, you are moving your air faster to get to that higher note, putting your lips a little bit close together. Think of that air going down to the floor. Woodwinds, you are going to need to make sure you're moving your fingers all at the same time. They have to be coordinated in order for this to work. Percussion, focus on not hitting any of the notes in between, but staying really even between these two. Here we go. There you have it. Fundamentals for beginning band. Do that every time you practice. It'll make a huge difference in your playing. Thanks, everybody. Keep up the great work.